been almost 40 years since Disney released the movie Black Cauldron. This article is from last year, December 28th, from Screenrant, so keep that in mind. And it was so unlike the studio's offerings that it almost killed the whole department entirely. These days, that's honestly actually crazy how oh, I forgot to turn off my TV. And I'll do it later. Anyways, it's crazy how Black Cauldron just did so bad. It's not a bad film, but it did so bad it nearly killed Disney. These days, everyone knows what a Disney animated movie feels like and what it doesn't feel like. It's family friendly, and there's talking animals, and there's usually an independent princess and sometimes a prince, and also some adventure, and probably some songs, and more than a bit of humor. It's been a successful formula for Disney for a century. Starting in the 70s, though, Disney Animation veered quite sharply from its tired and true formula, rolling out animated offerings that didn't quite always work. The transition really started in the late 60s, when the death of Walt Disney saw the creative reins handed over to a new generation of animators and storytellers. Walt Disney Animation Studios, then known as Walt Disney Productions, found itself navigating the turbulent times of the Vietnam War when both society and culture were rapidly changing, and its offering reflected that. Unfortunately, though, one of those experimental movies, which was Disney's darkest movie, The Black Cauldron, almost killed the studio for good. Here's a fun fact about Black Cauldron. It's actually based off of the first two books in the Lloyd Alexander's series, which is the Chronicles of Prydain, and it follows the young pig herder Taran and his allies, which is like Princess Eloini and the bard Fluterflam, and his companion, which is a magical creature named Gurgi. I remember Gurgi. Man, I can't stand him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Their quest is to stop the Horned King from stealing a cauldron that will give the evil emperor unlimited power. And it was also the first Disney, so this movie was unique because it was the first Disney animated movie to use computer-generated images, a technological leap at the time because it was like the late 70s or whatever. And though the film was the only Disney animated movie at the time to ever be giving a PG rating instead of a G rating, with the adventure and the fantasy, it seemed like a slam dunk for Disney. But well, unfortunately, the movie bombed, grossing at just $21 million on a budget of $44 million. The studio struggled to market it, and audiences confirmed this challenge when they were thrown by its dark and scary themes. Audiences watch Disney movies for their family-friendly tone, and though the studio had rolled out some more grown-up themes in the past decade, the Black Cauldron and horror themes were not something most audiences were prepared for. Note that the era of like the 70s and 80s was an era known as the Bronze Age in Disney animation, and is also sometimes referred to as the Dark Ages because movies weren't doing good back then. Like, more importantly, that $44 million was a huge budget for Disney animation movies at the time, not the least of which because of test screenings, which forced them to cut scenes and rework the story, and there was a mass exodus of animators that slowed it down. The huge financial loss incurred by the Black Cauldron, plus the few behind-the-scenes turmoil and massive upheaval of the studio had experienced in the last few years, was the lowest point in Disney animation history. The daring movie that had been intended to put Disney animation back on the map instead became a giant flop that almost ended it. Of course, Disney animation obviously did not fold, and surprisingly, this movie became a cult classic. And you know what? That's honestly normal for most Disney movies that do bad, but then become great later on. Like, Atlantis and Treasure Planet are the best movies ever, and the fact that they bombed in the box office is horrible. Atlantis, though, managed to get like a straight DVD sequel, and Treasure Planet was supposed to get a sequel, but that's lost media, but we'll talk about that in a separate video. Now, that's not to say that this movie is good, because, well, by all means, Black Cauldron isn't a perfect movie, but audiences grew to appreciate the movie's forward-thinking animation for the era, and its daring vision. The story is a little muddled and sprawling, but there are some genuinely great action sequences and inventive visuals. A killer score by Elmer Bernstein and excellent voice work are also pluses, and the movie is well worth a watch today. Now, the culture reappraisal of the movie is complete, with audiences today appreciating it for exactly what it is, even if it wasn't exactly what the animators set out to make at the time. But let me know what you guys think about this movie in the comments down below. Sorry if this video kind of sucked. It's 1 in the morning. That's why I sound a little bit more quieter. It's 1 in the morning. I have plenty of videos to make tomorrow, though. Or technically today. Rest assured, you will be getting videos. Alright, you'll be getting videos. Any hoodle, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Get us to 800, you know. There's so many videos to make still. It's insane. But, yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.